Hello everyone and welcome. This is Demon and you are watching Demon Story Time. My dear subscribers, thank you so much for your likes, comments, for your donations. All the information you can find down below in comments. Today we are keeping reading fairy tales and our story will be called The Old Lady Next Door. It will be interesting. Flying lady. If it had not been for Vasia's doll, who knew what might have become of her? Vasia's doll was given her by her mother, and that made her special. But Kukulka was special in other ways too. How many dolls can eat and talk, for instance? And Kukulka was clever. Almost as clever as Vasia's mother when she gave the doll to her daughter, saying, "Keep her always by you, Vasia, and if ever you are in trouble, ask her advice." Hmm. Soon after that, Vasia was indeed in trouble, deep trouble. Her dear mother died, and her father married again, a fearful, cruel woman with two daughters, more cruel and fearful still. Whenever her father was away on business, and what was often Kasha and Masha and their mother did everything they could to make life unbearable. They ordered Vasya about like a slave, keeping her skivvying from morning till night. "Oh, Kukulka, doll, dear, share this food of mine and tell me what to do," Vasi would say, breaking off a corner of hard black bread for Kukulka to eat. "My sisters tell me I must dig the vegetable patch and paint the chicken run and wash the curtains and score the stove, and all by sunset." I think this is one is so cute. Then Kukulka would nod and nibble and nod, and smile at Vasi with her red lips. "I know a little bed of primroses in the wood. Why don't you go and have a sleep there, my dear, while I consider the problem?" So Vasya went and slept on the primroses, dreaming golden dreams, and when she woke, graciously and goodness, the chicken coop was painted, the vegetable patch dug, the curtains were drying on the line, and the stew was sparkling. Stew. Also, Kukulka was back in Vasya's pocket. Every day Vasya grew more and more beautiful, but not her sisters. They plot such plots against Vasya, and they grow so furious when their plots did not work that their foreheads were soon creased and their mouths permanently puckered. Consequently, the young man in town never looked at Masha or Kasha. They only gazed in wonder at Vasya. "That doesn't it. The girl must go," declared their mother, "and here is the way it shall be done." Kasha and Masha did as their mother told them, and snuffed all the light in the house, the candles and the lamps. They even poured water into the stove to put out the glowing cinders. Then they shouted, Vasya, lazy girl, light the lamps, cook the breakfast, heat us water for our bath. But there is no light in the house, said Vasya. The stew is cold and all the lamps are out. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, sneered her stepmother. Then you'd best go to our neighbors and ask for a flame. Well, what are you waiting for? Vasya was waiting for the beat to come back to her heart, for the sickness to go from her stomach, for the terror to drain out of her. Go next door to Baba Yaga. Now the only other house for miles around belonged to Baba Yaga, the witch woman. The house itself was terrifying enough, for its garden fence was made of bones, its touch of human hair, and it ran about on four chicken legs, up and down, to and fro, here and there. In place of balls were two human hands, and in place of the large, a snarling mouth, jagged with teeth. But Baba Yaga was far more fearful than her house, for she flew about in the giant mortar, punting her way through the air with the pestle and sweeping away all trace of her journey with a twig broom. And of course, she ate anyone who strayed too close to her house. Oh, Kukulka, doll dear, share this food of mine and tell me what to do. My sisters want me to go to the house of Baba Yaga to fetch a light. Give me a flame, won't you, so that I can light the stew again. Kukulka nibbled and nodded and nibbled her share of Vasya's dry black bread. But she would not give Vasya a flame. Put me in your pocket and don't be afraid. Who knows? Some good may come of a visit to a Baba Yaga. Vasya was horrified, but she did as she was told, and with Kukulka in her pocket, she turned into the dark wood which held Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga's dreadful cottage. As she walked, a horseman overtook her, a horseman dressed in white, on a white horse, with white bridle and saddle, as darting as light. Uh, about noon, another horseman overtook her, a horseman all in red, on a red horse, with red bridle and saddle, as hot as fire. All day it took her to walk to Baba Yaga's house, and just as she reached the bony fence, a third horseman shot by her, stirring up the leaves in clouds. He was all in black, on a black horse with a black bridle and saddle, and he appeared to ride straight through the wall of the cottage and disappeared from sight. Behind him came Baba Yaga. Oh, oh, super on legs. Supper on legs, croaked the old witch in a voice like a roosting rook. What brings you here, girlie? Her mortar swooped so slow over Vassia's head that it stood her hair on end. My stepmother sent me to ask for a light, whispered Vasya, clutching the door in her pocket, her eyes tight shut in terror. But Baba Yaga did not club her with the giant pestle or tear her with her long nails. Very well, but I don't do favors. If you want a light, you must work for it. If your work is satisfied, you shall have your flame. If not, I shall have you and a tender little mouthful you'll make for sure. Open house. The house crawled a few steps to the right, a few to the left on its chicken legs. Then the old hands unclapped and the latch mouth closed, and the door, flying Baba Yaga, opened to Baba Yaga. Fetch me some dinner, commanded Baba Yaga, and Vasya ran here and there, finding whatever she could. Everything she brought: salad, apple, cold meat, raw meat, porridge, and bread. Baba Yaga wolfed down until the cupboard were bare. Then she ate the shells from the cupboard and the coal from the fire before wiping her mouth on her sleeve. Tomorrow you can clean all the wheat in the corn bin. Sort gained from husks, she told Vasya, and see its bone before I get home, or I'll eat you. Hands, come. Suddenly, three pairs of hands, no bodies, no arms, but just hands, appeared out of thin air, cleared the table, plumped the pillow on Baba Yaga's bed, and laid her gently down three. One pair of hands was white, one pair red, and one pair black. Then, with a clap, one clap, two clap, three clap, all three disappeared. Next morning, away went Baba Yaga, hunting her pestle, and Vasya opened the corn bin. It stood as high as the ceiling and was full to the brim with wheat and husks, all mixed up together. Oh, Kukolka, doll, dear, share these crumbs with me and tell me what to do. It will take a lifetime to clean this wheat. Kukolka climbed out of her apron pocket and took the few crumbs from Vasya's palm. I saw a clump of bluebells in the garden. Go and pick some for the old woman, and don't worry. So Vasya went and picked bluebells and put them in vases all about